Buyers in Toronto and in the GTA are walking away from new builds and even their deposits. Now, like the article next to us here states that even if someone had $300,000 down, they would walk away from the property, or even let's say 200,000 or 150. And the reason why people are doing that is when they came time to take possession of the home, the rates were too high. When they saw their mortgage amount, they realized they would not be able to afford this home if they moved into it. So they decided to walk away from the deal. It's just better not to go through with it, even though they're probably going to lose their deposit and may face further liability. Also, the appraisal values were lower. Some people wanted to close, but the appraisal value came in 10%, 15%, 20% lower than the initial purchase. So not only did they have to put their 20% down, they had to cover the difference of the lesser value. So if the property dropped by 15%, the buyer had to come up with that 15% because the bank was not going to mortgage that home up to that point. So the people just didn't have the money. So people were being forced to walk away. Now, what got us here? What caused this type of situation? Now, in the beginning of the lockdown, when the government decided to impose lockdown, stay in our homes, and only go out for necessity in 2021, they were afraid the economy was going to come to a halt. They were afraid the economy might crash because everybody's at home and a lot of workplaces are shut down. Restaurants are shut down, businesses are shut down. So they decided to lower rates, and the Bank of Canada took rates to half a point. That's basically telling us the money you borrow is for free. There's basically no cost for it. So everyone did that. Everyone decided to go out and get a mortgage because the rates were so low and they wanted to go out and shop. And when people are out shopping and they have a mortgage, they're looking for a home. Now, if everybody in the marketplace is looking for a product, and that happens to be real estate, every home would have 10 or 15 offers on it. And no one was able to get that home except out of the 15, one person. So 14 would be left hanging, 10 would be left hanging. And this is happening nonstop. Wherever you would go to purchase a home, it be a townhouse, a semi, a detached, a condo, multiple bidding was going on. So people became very frustrated. So what they decided to do is they turned to new builds. They went to the builders, and the builders couldn't be happier. They raised their prices, and they told them we have inventory. They didn't have one house to sell. They had 40, they had 50, they had 150 homes to sell. People lined up, booked the homes. Everyone was happy. The builder got a great price. The buyer felt like, hey, I got into the market. There's no way for me to get into this market and purchase a home because prices just keep skyrocketing and there is absolutely no inventory in the GTA. Now, come today, when the government Canada has raised rates this year at a record number. I think we raised them 7 times. They had promised us in 2021 and 2022 that they were going to keep rates low for a very, very long time. Inflation kicked in. They should have foreseen that, but they didn't. Well, at least they say they didn't. And they raised the rates. Now, people have to pay the price for that because we're the homeowners, we're the mortgage holders. The rates were increased. The bank says, we're sorry, we had no choice. And this is a situation they landed us in. Now, if you're a person in this situation, if you own your home right now and you're having a problem making that payment, or you're struggling month to month, it is better for you to give us a call, talk to a professional. We are helping a lot of families get out of this situation. You want to be in the driver's seat. You want to make the decisions while you still can't. We're dealing with some people where the mortgage, second mortgage is taken over, and they're making the decisions for them. They're saying we want the house sold, we want it on the market at this time, so they lost all control of it. Whatever the mortgage holder is going to do is going to happen. Whatever extra legal fees they decide to charge you because they had to go through that process of selling your home, they're going to put that on you as well. So reach out. It's Real Estate with Raza, 416-995-7317. There's no obligation. If you're looking to renew your mortgage or you're looking to sell your home or looking to downsize, call us for some advice. You can just even text me too, and I will respond back to you with the time we're available, myself or one of my team members, and we'll arrange a meeting with you. Now, getting into renewals. We talk about renewals almost every video. Now, by 2026, we're going to have almost all the mortgages renewed into the higher rates. Now, just like people who bought pre-bills a few years ago and now they're closing, and you're seeing that they are not able to afford it, that's happening to mortgage renewals. People bought their houses 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. They got a much better rate. Now this rate, when they renew, is much higher, but the mortgage amount that they have is still considerably high. So when they renew into the higher rate, it creates more hardship. It takes away from their disposable income. If my mortgage payment goes from 2,800 to 4,100, Now that's $1,300 I have to come up with. And where am I going to come up with it? I'm going to actually get rid of one of my cars. I'm going to shop less. I'm going to travel less. It's going to drain money out of the overall economy. And that's what the rates are doing to people. So disposable income is disappearing because the people are being forced to take that money and pay for their home, because people will stop paying everything, but they will pay for their home. Canadians pay their mortgages until they have absolutely no choice, and then they're forced to sell. So, but majority of us, we pay it. So when we take the money out of the economy, all the disposable income that we were going to use to go to restaurants and go shopping and go traveling, it's going to cause a slowdown in the economy, and it's going to cause inflation to come down, and it's going to cause unemployment to go up. And that's what the Bank of Canada is looking to happen. They want to slow our economy down. They want high unemployment. That is the only way they feel this economy will cool and inflation will cool down to the levels they need. They will try to get inflation at 2% at all costs. So if you are a homeowner and you're hoping for lower rates, there's news in the air that, or articles coming out saying in 2024 the rates are going to be much lower, or they're going to start lowering them. They could, but the chances of that are very unlikely. How can Canada lower our rates when our greatest trading partner is the US? And they've made statements like the high rates are here for a long time. They plan to keep them high. If they keep them high and we lower them, all the purchases we do from the US will cost more, leading to more inflation in Canada. And the Bank of Canada cannot allow that to happen. So they will follow suit and match the rates. So I would love the rates to go lower too. I would love to see signs of the rates going lower, but we don't see the signs. There's no economic data showing us that, hey, the rates are going to be starting to be dropped next year, 2024. What they're saying is the government has to do it. If the government doesn't do it, it's going to create a major crisis in the economy. Now, we have to ask ourselves, what is the government more concerned with? An economic crisis or inflation? And that's a conundrum the Bank of Canada is stuck in. They don't know how to handle the situation. It's like walking a tightrope, and they're going to have to like travel very carefully. If they make the wrong decision, either we're going to have high inflation or we're going to go into an economic crisis. So if you're a homeowner, you're in any kind of economic trouble, think about yourself and think about your family. Your financial situation is yours. Reach out to us, Real Estate with Raza, 416-995-7317. Just send me a text message and we'll arrange a time for myself or one of my team members to speak with you or have a face-to-face. And we'd love to help you guys out in this situation. Guys, make the decision while you still have control. Don't leave it to someone else to make that decision for you. Until next time, we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.